Now I gotta see.
This is ridiculous. What you mean?
Sorry,
guys. Nah, this is the building. Shush. This is the building. The Gary. Yeah, that's the name of this building. Yeah, that's not a judge. The so-called judge is gonna be Houlihan. You think so?
Maybe.
Well, we're witnesses, so.
Same thing.
All right, cool.
I didn't have those for sure.
That's okay. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you next
Great.
month. Hopefully we can
Next month? That's crazy. That's funny. All right, so we were, what is this building? This is the Rhode Island District Court. We're trying to go handle this issue, and they postponed it to 6/26/2020, which today's date, no notice. We actually you just seen it live. Today's date marks the 85th day. The 85th day since our unlawful arrest. So we got arrested 3/4/2020. It's 5/29/2020.
That's because they.
Our right to speedy trial is 70 days. This is the 85th day. Then they moved it back to 6/26/2020.
They need time to digest.
So we made another special appearance to challenge jurisdiction, and we're only here under threat, duress, and coercion for fear of unlawful imprisonment, because on all their paperwork it says if we don't show up, we go to jail. Which the case should be dismissed because not only does it pass the 70-day mark, because this is the 86th day or 85th day, they're also failing to prosecute. Because as you can see, the building's open. So it's not like the coronavirus closed the building. They're just not doing it. They're just, I don't know. It's funny. But, since the police are watching this video, tell Gabrielle Perlmutter I said she made a very intelligent decision by making her Instagram private once I let everyone know it was public. And tell her that she knows, according to her bar membership, if you go to AmericanBar.org, she knows that she has to abide by, the American bar regulations and rules. And she knows that we have the right to speedy trial. And she knows that it's past the 70-day mark. And she knows she has no claim upon which relief may be granted. And she knows, according to not only the state constitution, but the federal constitution and the laws of the bar, that this issue must be dismissed.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good day.
So yeah, they're playing games. They're playing real games. Also, with the discovery that we sent, they never answered it. So not only did they unlawfully arrest us with no warrant, they failed to give us discovery. That's the chief judge, you said? They failed to give us discovery, which you've seen on video, whereby we mailed in our documents. And Gabrielle Perlmutter, before I go into her, you'll hear on the video that I posted about when I was in the so-called courtroom last time, that the magistrate, Joseph Terrence Houlihan, whatever his name is, he stated that we're gonna have to reciprocate discovery, which means if I ask for discovery, she has to give it to me. If she asks for discovery, I have to give it to her. And today was supposed to be trial, and she never sent us anything. And again, this is the 85th or 86th day, which is 15 or 16 days in violation of our right to speedy trial. And if you look up the Constitution for the state of Rhode Island, you'll see where we have the right to a speedy and public trial. If you look up the Constitution for the United States of America, you'll see that we have the right to a speedy and public trial. And if you look up the Congressional Act on Speedy Trial, you'll see where Congress prescribed a 70-day maximum, that cases must be litigated within 70 days, or the issue must be dismissed for failure to prosecute. Also, when you read the Rhode Island State Constitution, you'll see where it talks about how the protections apply to people, not citizens of Rhode Island, all people, which is where and why Noble Drew Ali said enforce the Constitution, because it applies to all nationals, whether you're a citizen of the U.S. or not, because it is the common law equitable contract that protects everyone's rights. And as you can see, Allah got them running. Allah got them scared. But check it out. Check it out right here. It says, you have been previously notified to appear in court. This is your second notice to appear, and failure to appear on the above date may result in a warrant being issued for your arrest, and a $125 warrant assessment may be imposed. If you are denied access into the court, you must immediately contact the clerk's office at the phone listed below. Hey! Did you hear what I said? They was walking away. Look, they don't even care about more science. It says on the document, you have been previously notified to appear in court. This is your second notice to appear, and your failure to appear on the above date may result in a warrant being issued to your arrest, and a $125 warrant assessment may be imposed. If you are denied access into the court, you must immediately contact the clerk's office at the phone listed above. So now we have to call the clerk and let them know that they didn't let us in, and they threatened to arrest us. And obviously we're on live, so you seen we were there. Yo, their whole argument is just, it gets worse and worse. Every time they lose their argument.
Oh, and remember when we
move this shit one more time,
bro,
I'm sending them a writ like, yo, I'm not coming.
let's just send them one. Because what are we gonna show up for again?
Because when we went over there, I don't know
Oh yeah,
why I didn't
it's
send
crazy.
it certified, but I didn't send it that day.
Oh, check it out. I got my bird's feathers in my turban because I love my bird. So yeah, I just want to show y'all. They're playing games. They're playing real games. And if you don't know, you can literally look up Perlmutter law offices. It's in Cranston. That's the prosecutor's family's law firm. You can also look up Terrence J. Julian, T-E-R-E-N-C-E, space J, which the J stands for Joseph. Yeah, hold on. Let me finish this. Terrence, T-E-R-E-N-C-E, J. Julian, H-O-U-L-I-A-N. He also has a law firm in Newport, Rhode Island. Terrence Julian is the acting magistrate who was at when we were first unlawfully arrested and thrown in the Rhode Island Lincoln Barracks. We were before him that date, and then the last colorable proceeding that we just had, we were in front of him that date, and then today we're supposed to be in front of him for the so-called trial. This is who they call the more sovereign queen in the police report.
Since I might not be able to wear this next month.
So yeah, we came Moorished up with our pantaloons. Let them know we're Moors, we're not black, we're not Negroes, and we're not citizens of your European colony. And this is who we are. Also, again, Gabrielle Perlmutter is the prosecutor. This is all public information, so you know these are the people that are violating our rights. Gabrielle Perlmutter and the magistrate who's dressed like a judge. I never seen his oath of office. His name is Joseph Terrence Julian Jr. And he has a law firm in Newport, Rhode Island. And Gabrielle Perlmutter has her dad and I think her mom has a law firm in Cranston, Rhode Island. So if anyone wants to inquire why they're violating our rights, feel free to write them a letter and ask them, because they're not just affecting us Moors, they're affecting you. Remember, our prophet said, every living thing is bound together by cords to every other living thing. Also remember that this stare decisis in res judicata stated by judges in the several states, that states that when a person is enforcing the Constitution, he or she is not doing it for him or herself. They're doing it for the public as a private attorney general. So remember that anything that happens to us is happening to you. Don't let this be Nazi Germany, where, you know, they throw some people away and then everyone's like, well, it's not affecting me, so I don't care. So feel free to write your letter of concern to Gabrielle Perlmutter, P-E-R-L-M-U-T-T-E-R, and Joseph Terrence Julian, which again, their information is you can Google it. This isn't some private information that I'm violating their right to privacy. This stuff is on Google. And feel free to express your letters of concern to them and how they are violating the treaty, how they are violating our constitutional rights, how they are violating our right to speedy trial, how they're violating our right to trial by jury, how they're violating our right to discovery, how they're violating our right to free speech, how they're violating our right to defend ourselves, and how they're violating our religious beliefs as it relates to my obligation to protect my wife. Because Europeans came from my wife, and I positioned myself at the door to prevent them from attacking my wife because they stated they had a warrant. I asked them for it. They didn't have it in their hands. Someone ran across the street, grabbed 2 pieces of paper, showed it to me. I said, I can't read that in that amount of time. So please slide it through the mail slot. They refused to slide through the mail slot, so I couldn't confirm or you know, there was no way for me to verify if they were valid police or not. They stated they were, but I can say that I'm a cop. You know, if I take this turban on, shave my beard, cut my hair, which I'm not gonna do, and buy a badge from a pawn shop and go to your house in civilian clothes and say, hey, I'm the police, open the door, I have a warrant, but it's not in my hand. Is that enough proof for you to open up the door and just let me in?
They could put a Chinese menu up to your glass for 2 seconds.
Yeah, you know, Google how often people impersonate police and violate people's rights, you know? So there was no possible way for us to confirm or deny that they were police at the time. And as stated in the affidavit and as publicly displayed, we have the right, we bear arms. So if anything, Allah bless them. Because again, we were still up and we were like, whoa, who are these people? But anyway, I already went over that in my affidavit. We already went over the story multiple times. But again, if you want to write your letter of concern, Gabrielle Perlmutter, Perlmutter, her dad and herself, and I think her mom too, they work for Perlmutter Law, LLC, if I'm not mistaken, or LLP, in Cranston, Rhode Island. Joseph Terrence Houlihan Jr. is the magistrate over this so-called case. His law office LLP is Terrence J. Julian McNabb or something like that, and Kyle LLP. Their law office is in Newport, Rhode Island. So feel free to write your letter of concern to them. Feel free to write your letter of concern to the governor of Rhode Island, Gina Raimondo, who's responsible for making sure that the constitutional laws of the state of Rhode Island are abided by. Excuse my grammar. Also, feel free to check out the Rhode Island State Constitution and see what rights the people have. So yeah, peace.